Category 5 hurricane is expected to make landfall in Florida.
That same hurricane could impact the Mean Green's upcoming game.
And Hurricane Helene's damage is affecting the tourism industry of the southeast coast.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV Nightly News.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us on ntTV Nightly News. I'm Isabel Price.
And I'm Emma Burns. Hurricane Milton continues to barrel towards the Gulf Coast of Florida and is expected to make landfall tomorrow, sustaining winds of over 150 miles per hour. This storm comes just 2 weeks after Hurricane Helene destroyed the southeast, and Florida residents are listening to the dire warnings being given by officials.
If you choose to stay, you're staying at your own risk.
That's a huge risk, with monstrous Hurricane Milton on track to deliver a storm surge, more than double what Helene wrought on Florida's Gulf Coast less than 2 weeks ago. Tampa, Florida is a possible landfall site. That city's mayor even more blunt regarding the danger.
If you choose to stay in one of those evacuation areas, you're going to die.
This Tampa resident is one of thousands heeding that advice. He's bugging out of Tampa with his wife on their 46th wedding anniversary.
What God will give us, we will accept it and always go to the safe place you can go. We'll see.
Also critical, clearing out debris left behind by Helene.
All hands on deck trying to help out the city as much as we can before the big storm comes.
This moving company is one of many being commissioned by local officials to work the coastal areas around the clock.
We hauled close to 100 tons of debris just yesterday alone.
But soon these crews will have to stop helping others and save themselves.
This storm's going to be different. If you're in an evacuation zone, please get out.
And if there's any doubt, veteran Florida meteorologist John Morales may offer some clarity.
It has dropped 50 millibars in 10 hours. I apologize. This is just horrific.
Communities across the East Coast are still recovering from the destruction that has been placed upon them.
And with Hurricane Milton ramping up, North Texas officials are monitoring the progress ahead of this weekend's North Texas football game against Florida Atlantic. Our anchor Kennedy McGregor has more on the future of Florida's football game. Okay. Of what? Oh, is this a package? I was like, it froze. And with Hurricane Milton ramping up, North Texas officials are monitoring the situation in Florida as North Texas is going to take on Florida Atlantic. Our anchor Kennedy McGregor has more on the Florida football's future.
Thanks, Emma. Yes, Hurricane Milton is currently making its way through the Gulf of Mexico. It's expected to make its landfall Thursday as a Category 5 storm on the western side of the Sunshine State in Tampa. Now, the Mean Green home team has a Saturday evening game against Florida Atlantic University, which is on the eastern side of the state, out of the storm's main path. Officials from both UNT and Florida Atlantic University have been in contact regarding possible game delays. Now, for Hurricane Milton, it has decreased and strengthened size over the course of several days. At the moment, there is no anticipated impact on the game. That's all for this Future Florida football business. Back to you in the studio.
Yeah, it's up. Hurricane season is showing no mercy, and thankfully we don't have to worry about these times of storms in North Texas.
Especially today. It was such a beautiful day outside, and hopefully our weather anchor Alexandria Teeters will keep it here. Alexandria?
Well, unfortunately, we still are going to have some higher temperatures, but today was beautiful. You're right, Emma. Well, right now it's 85. It feels like 85. We've got some winds coming in from the east at about 6 miles per hour. Tonight it'll cool off just a little bit. It'll get down to 73. It'll feel like 73, and we'll still have winds coming in from the east at about 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow it'll be a little bit cooler than it was today, so it'll be 79. It'll feel like 79, and we'll have winds coming in from the south at about 7 miles per hour. I'll have more details for what y'all can expect later on in the week, but back to y'all at the desk.
Thank you so much, Alexandria. Well, we talk about the building crane being the real bird of Texas, and that is apparently very true. DFW and Texas are among the top in the nation for regions in construction. Dallas is ranked number 5 in the nation when it comes to all types of construction. Fort Worth clocks in at number 9, and Plano is ranked 33 in the nation for real estate construction. Overall, Texas took 4 of the 5 top spots. In order, Houston, number 1, followed by Phoenix, San Antonio, Austin, and then Dallas.
You know, the top 4 being in Texas doesn't surprise me, and I feel like Denton needs to be on that list with all this construction going around.
It's awful.
It is terrible. And when we come back, the Supreme Court weighs in once again on the Texas abortion ban.
And at the Texas State Fair, cash cows have made their debut at the livestock show. Stay tuned on ntTV News.
Hey UNT, the State Fair has finally arrived, so mark off your calendars.
Holy
Get your nicest cowboy hat and join us here on Wednesday the 16th because we're going to be hosting 3 different live shows from the State Fair. Our 2 English shows will go live at noon and at 6 p.m. and our Spanish show will go live at 3:30. We'll be showing you some of the most iconic events as well as some behind the scenes action, so make sure you don't miss it. Come join us at the State Fair of Texas where the sight, sound, and flavors of Texas come alive on October 16th.
Looking to open a free checking or savings account but don't know where to start? Check out DebtQ Credit Union right here on campus. Get your Mean Green debit card instantly or apply for a DebtQ Visa credit card today. Your school, your card. Plus, make deposits at their 24/7 ATM, checks or cash whenever you need it. Make sure to sign up for DebtQ's online banking platform and mobile app for easy access anytime, anywhere. Visit them at www.debtq.org to learn more. DebtQ, the official financial institution of UNT Athletics.
One of the nation's strictest abortion bans is still the law. The Supreme Court upheld a controversial ruling that barred emergency abortions in the state of Texas. This decision comes weeks before the presidential election, where abortion has been a major talking point after the 2022 decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. Texas's abortion ban has been a highlight of Texas Democrat Colin Allred's campaign to take Republican Senator Ted Cruz's seat.
A college student at Texas State is speaking out after he says that he was targeted by individuals who keyed a racial slur on his car. The incident rattled the San Marcos campus. CNN's Jamal Kennedy reports.
I don't know what to think about my future. I'm just worried.
Jermaine LaFang says he returned to campus last week to find his car vandalized.
At first, I didn't see the racial slur. On my door panel, it was just scribbles of circles, and I'm like, wow, somebody just vandalized my car.
But then
I go look around it even more, and then I go to the back, and I'm just like, wow, it's a racial slur.
LaFang says someone keyed the N-word onto his trunk.
I don't even have any words for it.
On Friday, Texas State released a statement on behalf of President Kelly Dampus. In the statement's opening sentence, the university says it treats, quote, acts of racial bias and hate with zero tolerance, close quote. LaFang has since spoken to President Dampus.
He's reached out to me. He said he will pay for my car.
The university's chapter of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People has shown up as support on LaFang's behalf.
Using us as a vessel to speak out for him and give him the justice that he deserves is really what's important.
NAACP chapter president Jordan Williams says it's important for students experiencing racism or injustice to stand their ground and use their voice.
Because they aren't going anywhere. And so we need to make our presence known here and know that we're here to stay.
Other students across campus have said hearing about what's happened to LaFang is concerning to them.
It worries me because if somebody's so hateful like that, where they can cause damage, who's to say they won't cause physical damage to somebody?
I've never really heard nothing happen here of that drastic, so I just really felt in that way like unsafe.
As for LaFang, How do you feel about being on campus now? Like, does it kind of make you worry a little bit about the time you have left?
If I'm being like boldly honest, I was thinking about transferring back to Houston, like maybe next semester.
Lee Fink and other students say they're hopeful that the incident encourages others to speak out if they have similar experiences.
Around college campuses, many student organizations try to help bring people together despite the chaos. And I hear our segment anchor Mackenzie Freeman was able to attend a philanthropy event for one of those fraternities here at UNT. What do you got for us, Mackenzie?
Now that we have reached a few months into the school year, many fraternities and sororities are kicking off their philanthropy weeks. For Greek organizations, this is an essential week as this is a chance for them to fundraise. For one fraternity here at UNT, this year was extra special as it is their first year back on campus.
This summer, Theta Chi rechartered on campus, but it was no easy task.
Just working to get to this point has been like a day in, day out process. It's been great overall, and it's good to see it all come together.
Theta Chi hosted a variety of events, including coaches bidding, pickleball tournaments, and spinning the wheel, and it took a lot to plan.
We kind of just brainstormed it, thought about what's going to make us a good amount of money to donate to the United Service Organization, how can we be the most effective in possibly raising the most amount that we've ever seen within our chapter and possibly within the fraternity council to go to a good cause.
So I think about every year we change our events just because we want to have a more exciting turnout.
The events had great turnouts as Theta Chi was able to raise the most money in the IFC.
And then today we did our spin the wheel event where we had different punishments for the brothers and our new members. Basically just kind of, embarrassing ourselves a little bit, but for a good cause, obviously.
Theta Chi donates to a variety of different organizations, but this week they had a special one in mind.
So the biggest one that we support is USO, it's the United Service Organization. It's a military organization for wounded veterans. We donate a lot of our money to that.
Theta Chi's motto is Resolute Men, which helps the men of Theta Chi lead by example.
We are not your average college student. We are the men that set ourselves apart from the rest, and we are there to help. We are there to show that this is an experience that is good for 18 to 22-year-old college students who, might not have any idea what they're doing, how they're doing it, and kind of just be there to guide them through that.
Ethan had his own advice about joining a fraternity.
Rush Theta Chi!
Only raised the most money out of the IFC, but they set a record for their fraternity, raising over $2,000 for their organization and the United Service Organization. That's all I have for Positively North Texas. I'll send it back to Emma and Isabel at the desk.
Thank you so much, Mackenzie. And Emma, I'm loving this cooler weather, but I hate when I get to the studio and it's so hot.
Girl, okay, you know that it is sweater in the morning and t-shirt in the afternoon season.
Definitely.
So hopefully Alexander Teeters can tell us if that's going to keep going. Alexandria?
Thanks, y'all. It is going to remain to be sweater in the morning and t-shirt in the afternoon weather for this next coming days, but let's go ahead and start by taking a look at our local map. So we're staying in the mid-80s and 90s pretty much locally. We do have some standout temperatures in Paris and Sulphur Springs, where it is a little bit cooler than other cities surrounding. So those are going to be at 80, and then we do have Graham at 90, which is going to be a little bit hotter. Taking a look at our regional map, it's going to be a little bit higher in the 80s and then some mid-90s. So we do have Austin at 91, Abilene at 88, Amarillo at 89. So higher in the 80s and then getting into the 90s for our regional map. Taking a look at our 7-day forecast. Tomorrow it'll be 89 with a low of 61 and a 1% chance of rain, sunny skies. On Thursday it'll be a high of 91 with a low of 62 and a 0% chance of rain, once again with some sunny skies. Now, Hurricane Milton is expected to hit tomorrow, but we won't necessarily be seeing the effects of that cold front until later on into next week on Monday and Tuesday. So Friday and into the weekend, we're going to start at 92 with a low of 63 and sunny skies. Saturday, it's going to be 95 with a low of 66. And Sunday, a high of 93 with a low of 59. Now, getting into that cold front on Monday, we'll have partly cloudy skies with 81 degrees as our high and 55 as our low, no rain. And then on Tuesday, it'll be a high of 77, a low of 54, and still no chance of rain, but some partly cloudy skies. So we might be seeing a little bit of a cool down later on, but not for a couple of days. Right, that's all I have for you guys tonight. Back to you at the desk.
Goats and lambs and steers, oh my, this weekend, the State Fair of Texas held one of its biggest livestock shows. With hundreds of entries and hundreds of thousands of dollars to give, this was a huge event for the student agriculture community. And our very own Brooke Daring is on the scene with the results.
Guys, if you listen closely, you may be able to hear some of your favorite farmyard animals. And that's because behind me is where they held the Texas State Fair 76th annual Big Tex Youth Livestock Auction. Now this past Friday, they kicked off this auction with the let me read it again, the Grand Champion Market Steer. Now 336 steers competed in the Youth Market Steer Show this year. And after hundreds of steers and hours of judging, the final decision was made. Jade Stone from Martin County, for age 18, took home the grand prize for his winning steer, Haggard. Now this price was $180,000. The State Fair has awarded more than $35 million in auction awards and scholarships, and this is because the Big Tex Youth Livestock Auction and Scholarship Program truly embodies the State Fair's mission of promoting agriculture, education, and community involvement, a motto that encourages a team to contribute to these students. Now, if you want to catch what these students are doing, you might want to check in next year at the 2025 annual Big Tex State Fair Stock Live Show. Now, this is going to be Friday, October 3rd. Now, as you can see, now that it's over with, they have converted it into a petting zoo. So I'm gonna go check that out and I'll be back later in the show. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Brooke. I was really hoping I would see an alpaca. Brooke loves alpacas, and what is more exciting than alpacas?
What?
The city of Denton is embracing a spooky mood as new haunted houses getting great reviews.
Honestly, I'm so excited to go and see them. And don't worry, the city hosts a live graffiti artist to let the citizens tap into their more artistic culture side.
Craving something fresh, flavorful, and made just for you? Look no further than Avesta, your go-to destination for a delicious, full-service dining experience. Dive into our customizable omelets, expertly crafted by our talented cook Jonathan, who guarantees every bite is perfection. All our dishes are handmade,
that means it's
prepared
dead.
with only the freshest ingredients. Explore our assembly line where you can choose from any of our globally inspired dishes, or customize your plate. It's that easy. And let's not forget dessert. Indulge your sweet tooth with treats from Clark Bakery. With convenient payment methods including card or flex, it's the perfect dining spot for any occasion. Quench your thirst with our wide selection of drinks. Just hand your drinking card to our friendly waiter, and they'll bring your beverage of choice right to your table. When you're done savoring every last bite, our attentive staff will whisk away your tray. Enjoy the peaceful ambiance as you dine in, or use our takeout option for a meal on the go. Avesta.
Are you ready for a spooky start to this Halloween season? Look no further than the Parker House. ntTV's Andre Williams has more in tonight's fall fun.
Well, Emma, Halloween is leering around the corner, and if you're looking for a fright night before Mariah breaks out of the ice, then come visit the Parker House in West Denton. The Parker House is one of the best haunted houses if you're looking to walk out with a pair of soiled pants. ntTV's Marissa Bender got a closer look at the house to show you what it's all about.
Yourself born on the weekend, then you could spend your
I'm so sorry.
house.
I guess I didn't realize
The Parker House is a family-owned haunted house, with its main goal being to bring joy to everyone who visits.
It's based on a embellished true story about Mary's being part of a mortuary that kind of went awry back in the 1940s, and it's, like I said, it's based on true stories, true events that have happened in the past. So it's pretty interesting. It's a long story, but you got to read it. But we've been kind of running our storyline in conjunction with that ever since we started.
This house provides many unique experiences that you won't find anywhere else to help bring the Halloween spirit to Denton.
There's a lot of stuff to do. Like a lot of smaller haunted houses only have the house and that's it. We have like a house, a trail, a graveyard, and then we also have like zombie paintball, and eventually we are gonna have like a whole separate thing that's like clowns and the circus. So I think it's really fun that we have more than just the one little thing.
From the house to the attractions and all the work from behind the scenes, the actors, makeup artists, and crew work hard to keep the Parker house going.
I really like doing the beat up blood and bruises, gory stuff. Yeah.
Thank you. The Parker house is open every weekend and will remain terrifying guests until November 2nd. So make sure to get your tickets and don't miss out on this one-of-a-kind experience. From North Texas Television, I'm Midisa Bender.
But if haunted houses aren't your thing, why not come down to downtown Denton and create some graffiti? We have ntTV's Oscar Chavez live on the scene with more info of the event. Oscar?
Thanks, Andre. You know, as a child, I've always been able to appreciate the talent and work that goes into art, specifically graffiti. Well, what is typically looked as a crime now brings the whole community together, as the Greater Denton Arts Council is holding Misfit Graffiti, a Halloween theme event that you can either sit back and enjoy some art from expert graffiti artist and creator of the Fabrication Yard in Dallas, Eder Tron, or if you want to get involved, participate in its making with wood and spray paint that is provided to create your very own graffiti work. If you are watching this now, hurry here down to the Greater Denton Arts Building, east on Hickory Street, and as soon as started at 5:30 and ends at 7:30. And if you're still wanting to give back to the community, create some art, as the wall will not be going anywhere all October long. That's all I got. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Oscar. You know, it's so amazing to see people getting creative and expressing themselves in fun ways. And I sure enjoyed and I'm sure the Dallas Mavericks sure enjoyed getting back on the court last night. Our own sports anchor, Gabby Pippins, has the good news. Gabby?
Andre, give her your mic real quick.
It just froze up. It froze up. Yeah, it's because I want to go.
What am I supposed to do? It's quite simple. The We Mean Green Fund has partnered with the UNT Police Department to offer free bike locks to any UNT student with a bike. Just show up with your bike in tow and ask. Now I'll never lose my bike ever again. Enough worrying. Get your bike lock today.
CEO Cint Marshall announced her retirement earlier today. Beginning December 31st, she'll retire as Chief Executive Officer and take on a consultant role through December of 2025. Marshall served as the Mavs CEO since March of 2018, making record-breaking history as the first Black woman to ever take charge of an NBA team. No mention was made of what caused Marshall to step away after 7 years, but with her follows her long list of achievements, including making the Adweek's Most Powerful Women in Sports list twice and receiving this year's Lone Star Sports Emmys President's Award. And speaking of the Mavs, the NBA season is only 16 days away, and we got a taste of what to expect from the Mavs last night. The Dallas Mavericks hosted the Memphis Grizzlies for their first preseason game, and all eyes were on Najee Marshall and Quentin Grimes, until Jaden Hardy stole the show. Hardy went 6 for 10 from 3, scoring 21 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists, and 3 steals. Jazian Gorman wasn't far behind, going 4 for 7 from 3 to score 19 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals. Although Dallas did lose to Memphis 121 to 116, our rookies had an amazing performance full of improved three-point shooting and defense. We'll get another look at the Mavs Thursday night when they play the Utah Jazz. And finally, as we approach the halfway point in the semester, it can be pretty hard to relax or find an outlet. Luckily, I found one on-campus club with lots of options, including the option to engage in friendly competitions. Take a look, or should I say, press any button to continue.
As major sports prepare and begin their seasons, UNT clubs settle into their own schedules. This includes Tabletop Time, UNT's board and video game club that lets students get competitive, relax, or even learn something new. One of the game and education librarians, Diane Robson, dives deeper into the countless options students have to play games.
The media library has access to all sorts of consoles and video games, and we have retro content that we use for classes. So if you're interested in gaming at all, you can come into the media library and we'll help you play.
The media library also has Alienware PCs that are constantly updated with the latest games. This is what junior Stephen Bassey looks forward to the most.
It's really fun to be here. It's fun to be here around other people. I get to meet new people here, and I get to play games, which is really fun.
However, board games tend to be the more popular option, and they help students like sophomore Dorian Toussaint meet people with common interests.
It's really enjoyable, you know. I get to play board games that I've never touched in my life, and pretty fun experience. I get to meet new people and all that good stuff.
Finally time to let off some steam, play some video games. They looked so good while I was filming. Hey, what are you guys still doing here? Go play some tabletop games. Their next one is November 2nd from 3 to 5 in the same building. For ntTV News, I'm Gabby Pippins. All right, let's start this. Wow, I had so much fun playing games. I almost forgot I was filming. I can't wait for their next one, and I'd suggest marking your calendars, but there's no way I'll forget about Tabletop Time. That's all I've got for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Gabby. And the State Fair with that freaking live show with Brooke, I really, really hope that this time we might be able to see some alpacas, because we're going to send it right back over to Brooke live at the State Fair.
Guys, even though it's a Tuesday night, look how many people are out here enjoying the State Fair. We went and checked out the petting zoo and we saw so many cool animals. We saw some pigs, some cows. There was even a baby kangaroo. So it's been a lot of fun. Now, there's still time to come out tonight. Come check out this petting zoo before it closes down. And that's all I have. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Brooke. Slightly disappointed we didn't see any alpacas, but I could smell the turkey legs through the screen.
The State Fair is still going on, and we'll catch you all next time. Thank you so much for joining us on NTT Nightly News.
And join us tomorrow at noon and tomorrow evening at 6 here on North Texas Television.